Thank you very much for your kind presence here and to celebrate our 3rd anniversary of Samyak Diagnostics. Samyak Diagnostic was conceptualized with a vision to improve the laboratory services in the country. Dr. Devis and I were working in one of the reputed hospitals in Kathmandu, but thought of leaving it and starting a new venture for better quality in the country. We left our existing salary, position, and headed towards the unknown. Leaving that hospital everyone was trying to get, was quite a big surprise for many, and at times for us too. Why did we leave that hospital? After submitting our resignation, we then thought of what to do. The idea of Samyak came into our minds and we got together with some friends and relatives of ours. Samyak was then registered as a company on the 14th of February 2014. It was a Valentine's Day. At the same time, it's my anniversary also, marriage anniversary. So I hope things will be better now. And this could not have been started without the support of my parents, my wife Bandana, and son Hire. Constantly they have believed in me. Similarly, Dr. Devis and his family who have believed in him. So we started the designing of our lab. Mrs. Asta, who is in Canada right now, she had helped us with the designing. Of course, conceptualized was by me and Dr. Devis, but then she put it into the picture. And later on, it was taken over by Miss Amita Shrestha, whom we know as Anita right now from Bira Furnitures. Our logo was designed by Dr. Devis and Mr. Binesh Marjan. Is Binesh around? Two of them have designed our logo, along with subsequent designing of all our brochures and printing material. Mr. Rabis Pakuril, Devis's brother, helped us with creating our first Facebook page. Thank you both. Our first interview was with Mrs. Sajana Shrestha, who is the first staff of Samyak and has continued her loyalty towards us. Thank you, Sajana. Mrs. Jyoti Bajracharya promised to join us in just few days afterwards. So thank you, Jyoti too. And subsequently we were helped by Mr. Ravi Bogati to establish LIS system from Sukra and Samyak. We thank Sukra and their team also. We started our journey with Dr. Sabita, heading the Department of Microbiology, Mr. Tirtha Panthi with accounts, Mrs. Lasmi Khatri, who is in her honeymoon to Dubai right now, and Mr. Siva as a transport manager. Thank you so much. Then came Mr. Neeraj Karanjit, who joined us later on. They have been here for the past 3 years and we are very thankful for the contribution that they have made to the organization. We have had ups and downs which we all have carried on together. A big thank you to all once again. Establishing a reference lab was a very difficult task with many challenges in and out. We started our quality control from day one, both internal and external quality control. I remember hiring a room in Patan Doga, where I used to go and make all the ISO accreditation materials, while Dr. Devis used to stay in the lab and take care of it. We were just 2 of us by then. Within 6 months of establishment, we applied for ISO 15189 2012 accreditation, and in July 15, 2015, we became the first lab in the country to be accredited. I was then felicitated in India for this. Before the accreditation was granted in a ceremony, I remember the big earthquake that we faced. With all our dedications, we only had to close service for a week. Recovering from the earthquake was again a very difficult task, both financially and emotionally to the organization, but we thank God for not letting us delay even our staff's salary for a day In fact, it was provided prior to the end of the month. We thank you all for the effort placed during the earthquake, and I'm very sad to say still some of us are still having the effects of the earthquake, and we still are recovering from it. So I hope that God will give us the strength to endure more. Then came the blockade. I'm speaking about the last 3 years that happened. This lasted for 6 months and was horrible. Most of us reduced a couple of pounds. You know why? Because we started walking, we started cycling to office, and which was good in fact in the brighter side. Even during the blockade, we did not close our institution for a day and kept on serving the community. So that is one thing which we all should be proud of. We had cut down the working hours so that our staffs could reach home on time during the fuel shortage. To sustain Samyak, we had to open collection centers, for which we have started at Gathagar. Our services then were started 1 year ago at Gathagar. At the same time, apart from other staffs who have joined us, Dr. Ava Shasta and Dr. Santosh Pradhan have joined us as full-times, adding feather to the cap at Samyak. Thank you very much. Later on, in view of the demand for histopathology, Dr. Baisali Bhattacharya, a renowned pathologist and a book author from the US, has joined our team and added more feathers to the cap. Thank you, madam. Dinosaur branch was then created. We have now tied up with Samarth Path Lab because of the work of Mr. Ajay, and in front of Teaching Hospital, and I do hope that would also go on well. As you can see, we are constantly trying to improve and develop new tests at Summit. A lot of tie-ups with hospitals, polyclinics was done by Mr. Ajay. Thank you. To complete Summit, we now need molecular pathology, for which we shall definitely strive for. All the team members of Samyak have unique qualities in them. This is what I always stress. All of you are unique, and you have been an asset to us, to Samyak. We admire and cherish them all. We would like to thank Dr. Ram Sudan Lamchani, Dr. Elena, Dr. Raina, who is not here with us now. She's in, I think, African, yes, Israel. She's in Israel. Dr. Achut, who is our dermatopathologist, he is in Chitwan. And Mr. Rajiv, and all the technical staff and the administrative staff, and mostly the transport staff, for their unconditional support and affection that you have shown to the organization. Thank you very much. We would also like to thank Mr. Niranjan Nyupani and Sunil Kimiriji for their contribution towards proper account management in the institution. The role of media cannot be undermined actually. Mr. Bigyan Lohani, Mr. Gaurav Pokhrel, and Mr. Somesh Parma, who is not with us right now, he is in Canada, have been a pillar through this journey of ours. They have contributed to branding, website designing, imaging, and marketing of the institution, and have been a very close friend of mine. We thank you all. Last but not the least, Mr. Naresh and our helping staff from G4 and Garud Securities, thank you very much. We have various memories of you all in our hearts, but are unable to express them all in a very short time. Please do pardon us if not being able to acknowledge you by name. There are so many BMLTs, so many CMLTs, so many reception staff of ours who all deserve a very good, very loud round of applause, and we thank you very much. At the end, we'd like to thank you for the support and dedication towards making Samyak a known name for accuracy and quality in a very short span of time. We, Devis and I, feel blessed to have you all in our lives. Finally, we would like to thank God for being kind to us. God bless and happy Dasai.